Earth Angel, chosen one of God. Ladies, you are empaths. You are highly sensitive women. You are so loving and caring, big-hearted, giving, compassionate. You forgive people for their mistakes. No matter how many times they have hurt you, you keep on forgiving them because you are so loving, because you actually authentically have cared about these people. You have trusted them. You have opened up to them with your heart, with your soul. You gave your all to them that you possibly could give. But these people do not appreciate it. These people do not respect you. So if hurting you does not make a difference in their lives, you don't get an authentic, genuine apology, then clearly you're dealing with a narcissistic energy vampire. I've been talking a lot about romantic relationships because I'm a narcissistic abuse recovery coach. Of course, because I'm a survivor as well of these things. I bring them up because that is my calling, my purpose from God, to be bringing out these issues. And so this is what is coming to me today. If you're dealing with a married man, you are single, but you're dealing with someone who is taken. He's in a relationship, and that relationship can be platonic. He's not happy with his wife, his girlfriend. He's not happy, and he's always circling back to you because you are a chosen one. You are a sunshine in his life, in his empty life. So he might have even told you how miserable his marriage is, how fake and unhappy his relationship is. And clearly he's looking for a mistress in you. And because of your energy, because all the good vibrations, the love, the care, the empathy, the attention, whatever you have been giving to this person ever, he is craving those things naturally, and he always comes back to you. Usually men always come back anyway, if you leave them behind. But, again, of course, with a narcissistic energy vampire, and because you are an empath, a highly sensitive person, Earth Angel, Starseed, God's chosen one woman, of course he wants to come back to use and abuse you again. So please do not give him that pleasure. You have to stop entertaining this toxic, immature man. He has to look in the mirror. He has to take responsibility and accountability of his own inner work, his own healing path, his own life and marriage and relationship and children, whatever it is that he has going on in his life. He should not have any business, any right to be bringing you down with him. Because this is what has happened to me. I have spoken about this topic before in my videos because it touches my heart and soul so much, because I trusted, I opened up to this person, I loved this person, but he ended up only feeling, he ended up leaving me feeling very used and hurt. Because you might have been the scapegoat. Like usually we are the scapegoats since children. We are bullied, we are attacked, we are abused by these narcissists. So naturally, if you don't become aware, if you don't wake up from that programming, it's like a spell that is leading your life instead of you taking control of your life yourself, which you should do. So again, because we are adults, we are responsible for our own choices, for our own lives. We cannot be blaming other people for our own choices. And we have to be responsible. We have to take accountability. And of course, usually these toxic people, these narcissists, they do not do that. But we are not their energy containers. We are not their mothers and caretakers. So again, I say this with lots of pain and experience, with my whole heart and soul. Like I create all of my posts, which I write myself, and my how I create my videos and how I've created my services, my books. You know, you have to face the issue. You have to put an end to this cycle, because this person, well, if you confront them, they likely avoid, they likely deny, they likely blame you and try to blame shift. They will run away and hide. They give you the silent treatment. That can typically happen with this person. This happened to me. When I confronted this man, he goes silent. And this is, of course, not the first time in my life. Because I have been experiencing this since childhood from my own narcissistic mother, for example. My own basically my own whole family lineage that rather wipes everything underneath the carpet than bring up heavy, important issues that should be discussed and solved in order to heal and move on, move forward in an authentic manner, like adults do. Little children can go silent and run away and hide, but adults should not be able to even act like that. So again, if you're facing this, then you're dealing with an immature person who is avoidant. And so, of course, I do advise you to check out my latest videos. I've been talking about this issue when there is a toxic, immature, narcissistic man who is self-centered, selfish, who is all about their needs and wants and desires. And he is just using you, because so easily we so easily get used, especially when we have been scapegoated all our lives. We can be attracting more of these narcissists who want to do the same to us. So you have to wake up. You have to understand that I'm not accepting this anymore. I'm setting my boundaries. I'm speaking up. I want to value myself. I'm an adult. I'm responsible for my life, and I don't need to carry their shit with me. First of all, if you have given one chance to this person and they already broke your heart, like what happened to me. This person one time betrayed me and my precious sensitive heart, my sensitive feelings. That should be enough. One time, no more chances anymore. Because if you keep on giving, they will keep on taking. Like I've been saying even lately in my videos, these kinds of people, they do not just change. It would take so much work from them that it's not some overnight miracle that would happen. So don't put your faith in them. If you keep on giving them chance after chance after chance after chance, some time has passed, you try to reach out to them again, just test the waters. If they have changed and grown and evolved and, maybe they have gotten some help and therapy, for example, it can seem like they have done some inner work, but likely they will hurt you again. And to avoid that risk, it's better to let them approach you and to observe if they have actually been learning their lessons and do they take responsibility. Because especially when you're dealing with a masculine man, he has to be the hunter. He has to be the one who is leading the whole relationship dynamic. And of course, it should be in a healthy manner. That man should have healthy masculine energy within him, not toxic. And if he hurts you again, then that is your sign that he is a toxic masculine. He's not healthy. He does not care about you and your feelings, your rights, whatever it is that comes to you. No matter how many kind words he might have told you to keep you around, no matter how many fake apologies he might have tried to feed you into believing. You are a strong woman. Otherwise, you would not still be here. You have to use your brain, everything, to survive after narcissistic abuse experiences. Maybe you have had many of these exes like I have as well. So enough has to be enough. So you have to be clear with this abuser, which is what this person is being. He's not a loving, authentic man. He's using you. He wants to have his cake and eat it too. He's selfish. He wants all the women in the world. Basically, that's just how the energy is. He's never satisfied. So how could you trust this man? This man will not carry you the way you have carried him and his feelings. He might want someone to talk to, someone to open up to, someone to be himself with. He might want that emotional support, advice, whatever it is that he wants from you. Maybe even sex, whatever it is, he wants to flirt with you and send you sexual photos, for example. But you have to draw the line. You're dealing with a little boy, not a grown man. He's not taking accountability or responsibility of his actions. He's likely even betraying his wife or girlfriend and, and acting behind her back to even engage with you in any way. So the next time there comes a thought in your mind, what if I would contact this person again? What if I would give this person another chance? Don't. Do not act on it. It's a reflection of you and your forgiving, loving, compassionate, empathetic nature, understanding nature. You are loyal. This person might be so dear to you in your heart, in your soul. And of course, on a soul level, it can be true and real, yes. But in real life, this person is being toxic. He's being selfish. So if he's not taking full action with you, then it's not real. So you should not be waiting around for him to change or make decisions. You have to live your own life. You have to take care of you. He's not taking care of you. He's not caring. If he's hurting you and disrespecting you again, gaslighting you, making you doubt yourself, your sense of reality, whatever it is, he's trying to make decisions for you. He's telling you how you should feel, for example, trying to control you clearly, which is what it is. It's coercive control, it's gaslighting, it's manipulation. If he's telling you, oh, you're being so negative, for example, oh, you think this and that, and blah, 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 blah. This man has been and is exploiting your empathy, your feelings, your kindness, your care, your good heart, your trust against you, which is emotional abuse. And it is a serious matter to be playing with another person's feelings like that, with another person's mental health, especially when likely you have told this person what you have already been going through. So it's like he's turning everything against you, which is very narcissistic. very manipulative, very toxic. But that is what they use as their weapon. So you have to acknowledge that this is wrong, that you will not tolerate this. Because again, they can talk to you to the moon and back, paint you pictures of a beautiful, happy, loving life with him, a future. But again, if there's no real action and he's hurting you, then why should you wait for that to happen? Because, if you cannot trust him now, how could you trust him in the future? People don't just become trustworthy just like that. There has to be some sort of a shift, and this person has to get their karma, their lessons, and understand what they did wrong. And now, if this resonates in this moment that you're dealing with someone who is married, he's taken, maybe you guys have a long history like I did as well. I had 25 years with this person coming in and out of my life, and I had to finally learn the hard way to draw the boundary and say no more. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I had to change myself in this way. I had to make that conscious decision that I'm not going to be putting up with this, you being inconsistent, coming in and out of my life, and telling me how I'm supposed to be thinking and feeling. So there has to be a limit, and bye-bye. And in my case, this person told me that he has been seeking therapy and talking to his therapist about me and what he lost in losing me. And so, of course, I took that as a positive sign, and it was raising trust and hope and those loving, caring feelings in me, because of course I appreciated the fact that he was being open about it. First of all, because it certainly did not seem like a lie, but at the same time I was thinking to myself, like, why now? What is causing this? And like, can I really trust this? What is this all about? But then he hurt me again, so there's no point. Because again, a person who is serious about their healing and they're actually seeking therapy and gaining help and support and all those things, they would not be hurting someone who they know that actually loves and cares about them. They would not hurt anymore. So clearly, still something is off. And of course, the thought of devil using this person against me, that also came to my mind, because it also seems like that. It is true that the devil uses people closest to us to hurt and attack us. And so again, I had to cut off the cord and just move on, and on some levels just to support myself, so that I'm understanding within myself, in my soul, I'm understanding that, I'm not responsible for his issues. It's not okay for him to drag me down again. I'm not his mother. I'm not responsible for his problems. His life is his. I have mine. And I have to be clear about this for myself, to support myself even more. We cannot be ultimately dealing with insecure people because all they do is try to bring us down to their level, which is where we don't want to be, especially when we have already done so much work to move forward with our lives, been healing, evolving, growing, learning in every possible way. We take responsibility and accountability of our own lives, of our own well-being, while we understand the abuse and the bullying and everything. When they don't take accountability, those who have been attacking and abusing, taking advantage, things like that, they do not take the accountability and responsibility. But their karma, their lessons are still theirs. And we can rest in peace and become indifferent. And also, this person is very negative deep down. So why would you want a man like that into your life? If he's not bringing you peace and joy, he's only bringing chaos and problems and pulling you down to his level, and you get stress, panic attacks. You feel like you cannot breathe. You feel like you are being controlled, manipulated, abused, and bullied by him. You cannot love a person like that. And this man, he destroyed all of the trust, all of my feelings that I had been giving to him, towards him, sending his way, all of that good energy. I'm pulling it all back. And that is what we have to do. We have to pull our energy back from them and let them have their own karma. And the realization of this is healthy. The boundaries are healthy. The anger is healthy. The sadness is healthy. You feel betrayed. You feel sad. You feel like you lost something again. But this time, you are gaining more. And ultimately, it's not a loss, it's a win. Because you win when you detach and love yourself more. You win. And it's not a competition. Even though they created a competition, a war with you. They started that. It's not about you. It's not your energy, because you are peace, love. But it's healthy to stop trusting them, to stop caring. And again, if you need more insight, more advice, more help and support, authentically, honestly, genuinely, because I always see my clients fully and truly for who they are, when they are my soul people, empaths, highly sensitive people, earth angels, starseeds, chosen ones of God. I'm here to do my work, and if this resonates, you need more help and support, then buy my self-help book, because it will also guide you forward with everything that's going on in your life. I'm sharing all the simple tools in it, honestly, that I used for myself in my own personal life to be able to recover and heal and move on from these issues when I've been so bullied and so abused. And I had to recover from deep depression. And also apply to work with me one-on-one if you need more one-on-one help and support. It helps so much when you can just talk to the right person. I know this from personal experience, that it feels so freeing, so liberating, so peaceful and amazing when you actually have someone who is supporting you and understanding you in an empathetic, honest, genuine way after all that you've been through. And that, you know, they can actually guide you forward. And you can actually receive a safe space to open up to. And also this came to my mind that as this person broke my heart in 2000, How would he have felt if I had been the one betraying him and his trust and his feelings? If I had broken his heart, would he have given me so many chances like I did when I let him come into my presence, into my life, to have my attention, to have my empathy, my compassion, my understanding, my emotional support? I don't think he would have given those chances. I don't think. And so you can ask yourself this. If you're wondering, is there really balance? Is it a healthy dynamic? Because your intuition will tell you the right answer. So focus on your peace and what matters to you. Focus on your goals, your life, your children, whatever it is that really, really matters, because this person should not matter, not anymore. They have proved, they have shown you who they really are. They have shown you that they are just an immature narcissist who cannot follow through. They cannot offer you that adult, grown-up, stable relationship where you can rely on this person. A man is supposed to be a protector, a provider for his woman, his children, his family. He's supposed to be a stable, trustworthy man, not toxic. It is always one-sided and very exhausting, very hurtful, very draining to deal with a narcissistic person, especially with narcissistic parents, when they have been so close to you. They were supposed to be helping and supporting you with life, but instead they gave you more of this heavy energy abuse to deal with, to heal and recover and move on from. So it is a lot of work. And then on top of that, if you've been dealing with narcissistic romantic relationships with these narcissistic exes, or this married man, for example, who only wants to take from you. And again, of course, likely the matter is that you could be sweet talking and giving all of your energy to this person and lift them to higher grounds with your energy, with your support, with everything. But you would only be hurting yourself in that process, and it would never be enough for them, because to a narcissist, nothing is ever enough. So you would just be wasting your life, your energy, your health, everything with this person. So it's not leading anywhere, and they would just be hurting you. Like in my case, for example, this person that I'm talking about, I would not be amazed if he would continue to talk to his therapist about me and what could have been and what I could have done differently, blah, 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 blah. But again, that is the victim mindset if he's doing that, because he went already to that victim mode, back to that victim mode when he became avoidant and silent, instead of actually communicating with me with respect and openness like a mature, stable adult man would if he's really interested in me, if he actually cared about me and what it is to be in my life, to have my attention. So again, it is clearly a narcissistic pattern. When he broke my heart 25 years ago, and still he is now playing the victim when I call him out, he goes silent and avoidant, like he's the victim, saying things like, oh, I don't need to take this, I don't need to take everything. And if he's seriously talking to his therapist, wondering out loud, oh, I lost that woman out of my life. I lost that person out of my life. I'm the poor victim. Oh, I can't feel and imagine this happening now that he mentioned to me that he had been talking to his therapist about me in this way.